Hello ICT traders, welcome back to the channel. Somebody asked me to make a video explaining ICT propulsion block in the comments of one of the videos I've made, and I'm taking time to answer this question right in this particular video. If you also have any area of difficulty where you want me to make video on, you can drop it in the comments of this particular video. So this video is about ICT propulsion block. I'm going to show you how to use it and how to identify it on your chart. So let's get into explaining everything about propulsion block. I just have a sketch right here where I'm going to explain everything to you about propulsion block. So we have this example. We have a bearish propulsion block and a bullish propulsion block, just like an order block. So I'm going to give you an example of a bullish propulsion block in this sketch, and then once I get to the chart, we're going to do practicals. We're going to find both bearish and a bullish propulsion block. So we have this price action like this. We have a bullish scenario right here. We see price moving up, coming down, and then pushing above this level, just like a break of structure right here. After that break of structure, we see price coming back. Okay, but before coming back, we have this bullish order block right here. Let me make it more clear so you can see what I'm saying. So we have this bullish order block right there. Okay, so if you are trading with order blocks, you expect price to come back and touch this. Okay, so a propulsion block is basically the last sell candle that traded into this particular order block. So this particular red candle you're seeing my cursor on is serving as your propulsion block. At any point, if price comes back to retest it, we expect to see a sudden movement away from this level. So you're going to see this on the chart once I get to the chart. So this candle is what we call a propulsion block, this particular red candle that traded into this bullish order block right here. Okay, if I go to the chart, you're going to understand it better. So if price comes back into this propulsion block, ideally, as ICT thought, we expect to see price reverse from the main threshold. The main threshold is basically 50% of the entire propulsion block. So we expect price to just react before the main threshold. Okay, so it can react from here, but immediately we see price reacting below or passing lower than the propulsion block, it is no longer a strong institutional reference point. So let me go to the chart and show you exactly what that means. So I have an example of a propulsion block right here that I want to show you. So we have this price action, price is coming. Just from here, we have this shifting market structure, price coming down and then pushing up to this level. Now, in this regard, this is your bullish order block. Let me show you. This is your bullish order block. Okay, this is your bullish order block, and you can actually see price coming back into this order block and even trading into this fair value gap, these two institutional reference point. So this last red candle, let me show you that. If you have a replay, you're going to see it. So you can actually see that price pushed up, having this break of structure right above here. The reason why I'm not interested in this short-term retracement like price action is because this is just a low volatility hour of the day. So this is just like a stoppage and then the continuation. I'm not going to take this as a retracement. So this entire movement, I consider it as a one movement, and as price is coming back, you can actually see that it traded into the order block. Okay, it traded into the order block and then it moved away from there. So this is now acting like my propulsion block. Let me show you. This is your propulsion block right here. And in this regard, you're dealing with a bullish propulsion block. So what we mean by the main threshold is that we want to see price react from 50% of this particular candle. At least the body of the candle should be within the 50% of it. So let me measure 50% of that particular candle is called the mean threshold. So as price is coming back, I want to see it react from here. So if I'm taking trade with this propulsion block, what I want to do is to have my entry either from here, or I can go from the tip of this. But at any point, if price pushes below the main threshold, this propulsion block is no longer strong. So I can take trade from the tip. Ideally, if I were the one taking trade, I would want to just take the trade here, since I'm not watching what is happening in the future. So look at this. As price is coming, this is now your propulsion block. You can actually see that price turn back and retest this particular red candle that traded into this bullish order block. Okay, so this is a propulsion block, because from it we expect to see price shoot up and move ahead to deliver liquidity to the upside, or to move above this draw on liquidity. So that is your propulsion block. So you're going to see this time and again repeating. You can actually see the bodies of the candle respecting the main threshold. This is the main threshold line. The bodies of the candle never really traded below it. So that is acting as a propulsion block. Okay, so this is what a propulsion block is. And in this example, I gave you an example of a bullish propulsion block. So let me show you a bearish propulsion block quickly. Then we're going to close these examples. So I have another example here, a bearish propulsion block right here. Price came to this level and then move up to this area, coming down, and then had this movement from here. We have another block right here, this particular order block, this one, a bearish order block, this blue candlestick. This is a bearish order block, and then we have price trading back into it. So this guy that traded back into that level, you can see it traded back into the bearish order block after having this short-term break of structure. I'm using this place because I can see this candle closing below this low. So this is considered as a retracement to me, unlike that one that you can actually see the bodies of the candles. I don't want to go back there, closing actually within those levels. So this is a retracement to me. So this is considered as a low, as price breach below here, this coming back to test this order block, and then we have this movement. So look at this. This is now your propulsion block, this guy, this bullish candle that traded into this order block. So as soon as we see price touch it, we expect to see price quickly moving away from it. And you can see it from here as price came back here, because this price have closed below here, touching this level. This is another entry here. This small tip is an entry down to this place, and even coming back. Notice how the bodies of this candle are literally closing within the main threshold. The main threshold is basically the 50% level. Okay, you can see the 50% of this particular propulsion block, this level. Okay, so as price came back to this area, you can see the reaction, relative equal highs created here, and then a sudden move away from there. So this is a propulsion block. It is that candle that traded into the order block, the bullish candle. And then if you are dealing with a bullish propulsion block, is that last sell candle that traded into the bullish order block. Likewise, this one, this is a bearish order block, price traded back into it. This one becomes your propulsion block. As soon as price comes back to touch it, you have your bearish propulsion block. Now I'm using a very rough price action to show you examples, so you can know that this is not like a game. Anything I'm teaching you, I want to use a very rough price action, because that's the reality of the market. I'm not looking for one very smooth price action before I show you how to identify a propulsion block. Let me see if I can see another last example, then I give you. Okay guys, I have this example. I consider it as a propulsion block. Look at this price action. So this guy is acting like your bearish order block. This guy, can you see this blue candlestick? Is acting like my bearish order block. And look at this price trading below this level, coming back to test this area. Can you see this last blue candle is now acting like my propulsion block? This last blue candle is now acting like my propulsion block. Notice how these candles are behaving around here. Look at this, pushed to this area but closed the body right here. So even if you entered from here, because we expect as price comes back into this propulsion block, because you're not seeing the future, obviously you're going to take your trade. If it is me, I'm going to take the trade right here. Okay, so I want to put my stop loss just above here, and my target is obviously the draw on liquidity here, relative equal lows, and then I can make it bigger. So let me just increase my stop loss a bit. So you're going to see price come back to retest it. Okay, so this is it. And to be more sincere to you, I wouldn't even wait for price to reach this level. It's obviously here, the tip of this candle. That's where I want to be in the trade. Okay, because the reality of trading is more than retesting or backtesting these things. When you go to the live market, you're going to see the real price action. It is not like me replaying it now. So I could have entered from here, not even the first place I put my level. Right here is where I want to enter the trade, and you can see price coming up to this level. I'm not stopped out, and that is one of the reasons when I enter trade, I just want to close my trading view, my MetaTrader 4 or whatever platform I'm using, so I will not be tempted to close the trade as soon as I see it coming back against me. I have that habit, so I will just close it and then move on. So you can see this trade actually works. So this is all about propulsion block, guys. I've shown you an example of a bullish propulsion block and a bearish propulsion block. If you are still watching this video, kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you are new to ICT concept, I have a dedicated YouTube channel right here where I'm taking time to explain everything about ICT concept from the beginner level to the advanced level. Make sure you subscribe to this because I've arranged everything in such a way that after you've watched everything, you're going to become a professional trader. We have made 8 videos. We are starting with the ICT core basics, then we go to intermediate, then we go to advanced level. So guys, go ahead and subscribe and let me know if you have any questions in the comment. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.